ladies and gentlemen, let's get my next guest out. He's an England cricketing legend who's become one of the nation's favourite TV personalities. Of course, it's Freddie Flintoff. Here he is. Freddie looking good. Great having him there. Come on out. You know the boys, I know that. Freddie, it's great to have you here. Thank you for joining us on the show.
No, thanks.
You've met the guys. You've been on their show, haven't you?
I was on the first ever show. I came on. I didn't know what I could laugh at. I didn't know what I could do. And they got a blind judo man on. Yeah. And I'm not convinced he was blind. At the end, I was meant to throw him. Yeah. And he ended up throwing me. He saw me coming.
So had you faked that? Was he a genuine blind athlete?
Yeah, he was real. I mean, I walked in the green room before the show. Yeah. And as soon as I walked in, he goes, "All right, Fred." I thought.
It was amazing, though, because that was the first show we had ever done, so no one knew what you could and couldn't joke about. Yeah. And we knew because we had the prosthetics, but your face...
I mean, we opened up with us playing rock, paper, scissors. Do you remember that? We had to play rock, paper, scissors.
It was a tad awkward, to be honest.
Yeah. Because all mine looked the same, didn't they? So I kept winning, and that was the joke. It was
still funny, 4 years on.
Still got it.
So, last time I saw you on the show, you were just about to head off, I think, to Australia. You went off to do I'm a Celebrity.
Yeah, I did. I was on this show, and I did some work out there, and they asked me to do I'm a Celebrity, and I said, no, I don't want to, I don't fancy it. And then they offered more money, and I said, yeah, we're getting there. And whilst I was on this show, my wife was in the green room with my agent, and I walked off, and she said, yeah, you're going on Friday to the jungle, we need a new kitchen.
Wow.
So I went in, and I'll be honest with you, easiest month of my life.
Really?
Month? Yeah, I just sat there losing weight, getting paid.
Wow. But this is the Australian version. Of course, when we see it, it looks pretty arduous.
Oh, it's fine. I was on this 2-week contract, right? You're on a 2-week contract. You can't get voted out for the first 2 weeks, so I just slept. And then after that, you're on a daily rate, so I started trying. I was sat in there on a Monday thinking, if I'm here all weekend, we get a new patio. If I'm in next Wednesday, we'll go to Tenerife when I get back.
So you're well known in Australia. You're a personality in Australia.
I've just come back. I've been out there since mid-November. I did a bit of commentary on the cricket, and then I've been presenting a nightly news show.
Wow.
Well, it's amazing. Like, they think I'm intelligent in Australia. It's a reflection of the country.
Wow.
Only in Australia and Grimsby am I intelligent.
In the kingdom of the blind, the one-eyed man is king.
Which was the original title for the last league.
So you said you've been working on a news show and you've been doing interviews, you've been doing like a talk show type thing, is that right?
Yeah, you do interviews for it as well, so I've interviewed a few people. We had Samuel L. Jackson on and Quentin Tarantino, wow. Kurt Russell. Then I did Mark Wahlberg. I had 4 minutes with him, but only needed 2.5. I ran out of questions.
You only had 4 minutes anyway.
Yeah, but he wasn't giving much.
But that's your job to get it out of him.
Yeah, I'm not that good.
OK, but you're very well known. I guess you're well known in Australia, you're well known over here, and that's nice, I guess, but at the same time it does mean people will approach you all the time. Does the attention get too much for you?
No, people are nice, really. Where I live's really quiet, lives in a little village. And no, it's fine. It's not like football, where football, if you support one team, they're quite tribal, aren't they?
So they don't like you if you're not on that team?
Yeah, but cricket was all about playing for England, so everyone's all right.
What's the weirdest place or the most inconvenient place someone's asked for an autograph or a selfie? When do you get bothered by that kind of thing?
I was in Ireland. I was filming with my chip van, and I was staying in this hotel. It was really late at night. It was about 1 o'clock in the morning. I was in bed, I had nothing on. And
so you were just in your own bed?
I was in my own bed.
You shut the door for the night?
Yeah.
OK. And
then I could hear someone trying to get in my room and a bit of giggling outside. So I thought, nah, it'd be all right, they won't get in. And then I heard the key card go. And then the door opened, and I've got nothing on, so I can't get up. And then this head popped round the side of the room, and this girl says, "Oh, could I have a photograph?" I said, "No," and I can't get out of bed, because if I get out of bed, I'm the wrong one, aren't I?
That's certainly quite a photograph you're giving her there.
Yeah, I said, "Come on, love, get out, please, just leave us alone." She went, and I went down the next morning to complain. I said to the hotel manager, I said, "Look, mate, someone got in my room last night. I just don't know who it was." He went, "Oh." said, what do you mean, oh? He said, that'll be the ghost. I said, mate, I don't know much about ghost etiquette, but I'm sure they don't need a key card or ask for selfies.
I think you're right.
It's like...
I think you're right. OK. You look great. You're looking better shape than when you were playing the sport.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
OK, how you done that? What, and why have you done that?
I started training.
Why would you start, after you stop being a professional sports person, why then start training?
Well, you can get away with it playing cricket. You don't move much. But, yeah, now, I've really got into the gym. I've stopped drinking. You know, I look at my diet a little bit more.
Oh, yeah.
And I train, yeah. I love going to the gym. And...
So why was that, though? Is that because you've got kids and you're looking after yourself for them, or you just feel better about yourself? What is it?
I feel better about myself, to be honest. I think when I played cricket, it was a real drinking culture at the start. So you'd think nothing of having 10 pints a night. Yeah. And then it got more professional as it went on. And I retired, and I think I've had enough of it now. Yeah. I get up in the morning and taking kids to school. So
a serious question based on that. Do you ever look back on your cricket career and think, I wish I'd taken it more seriously?
No, not at all.
OK.
No. It's fucking brilliant. I loved it. I came from an estate in Preston and never really destined to play cricket, and all I ever wanted to do was play for Lancashire, play for England, and enjoy every minute of it, and I think I more or less did that. Yeah. So I wouldn't swap at all, no, it was brilliant. Did
you ever play? Were you ever drunk when you were actually playing?
I think the question is, was I ever sober? Yeah, there was a couple of times I shouldn't say this. I played a test match against South Africa.
Wow.
And we were getting beat, and then we came back after the day and we were a few wickets down, and I was next into bat the next morning. So I had one in the bar with Steve Armisen, my mate, and then we had 2 or 3, and it was stellar, it was like the strong stuff. And the captain was out, he went out for dinner, he came back, and me and Steve were still there at 1 in the morning. And he said, oh, you get to bed, he started to have a go at me. I said, look, mate, do us a favour, do it tomorrow, I'll get you 100 tomorrow. And I went out to bat, I was stinking. But the pressure was, I ended up getting my second 100 in Test cricket.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, don't crack that. Yeah. Oh, there's so many times it didn't come off.
Wow. That's the exception that proves the rule. What about... they used to do challenges, didn't you? You cricketers used to challenge each other to competitions?
Yeah, well, you spend so much time in the dressing room, especially when it rains. You know, there's nothing to do. There's, like, daytime TV. But then we used to do daft things, like we used to have Tabasco challenges, where we get Tabasco and drink shots of Tabasco.
Wow. So, what, a whole shot glass full of Tabasco?
Yeah, you'd do 10, 15 of them.
Whoa!
And then there was a Red Bull challenge. My record was 12 cans.
Wow.
I did a big gym session after that.
I bet you did. But it's amazing, really, that you're still in good health after doing that.
Yeah. Well, the thing about the dressing room is that's one of the things you miss when you leave playing sport, is the playing was brilliant, but it's a place where adults can act like kids for 8 hours a day. You go in there and it's your place, and when you leave it, you join the real world again. Yeah. And that's one of the things it's hard to come to terms with once it all finishes.
Well, how are you with your kids then? Because you can still be, I'm sure you can still be playful with them at home. You have 3 children, is that right?
Yeah, my daughter's 11, my boys are 9 and 7.
Do you encourage them with fitness? You keep them active in that way?
I take the kids to the gym. The kids come with me sometimes, but it's fraught with danger. Like, my youngest, Rocky, he's lively. And we was in the dressing room the other week, and we was there. And do you know how men walk around dressed? I don't know if women do it, but men walk around with nothing on, with everything hanging out, don't they? And I'm watching my lad, and there's this bloke, and he's going into his locker, and he's got no pants on, he's got his arse showing, and I can see my son's thinking something, and he just walloped him on the arse. He's just left his little handprint on his teeth. And this fella turns around with me, I thought, oh, it's kids, innit? Hey, kids. It was awkward.
You know, we've got Jo, and she's just going to come out in a minute. She's just finished an epic walk for Comic Relief, 135 miles. That would take its toll of even someone who was, like, a professional athlete, I would have thought. Yeah. Jo, you're not a professional athlete.
I am a professional athlete now.
Now? Okay. What was the worst thing about it for you? When you're unwinding the evening, how do you kind of get your body back in shape? Is it just you just go to sleep, or what do you do to make sure you're ready for the next day?
Well, first of all, can I just point out my body hasn't really got a shape. How I got it back into some sort of shape was that as soon as I came in, I had to have a cold bath for 10 minutes. And then a physio who was like ex-SAS would just come in and hit me for half an hour.
So that would be a sports massage, I guess?
Yeah, I think they called it that.
Do you recommend that kind of thing, the sports massage?
No, I give up on massages. I had one in Pakistan on tour once. And I got sent down the side of the pool and he said, go and have a massage in the gym, the physio, because he was busy. And I went in and I got stripped off and I was on the bed. And this fella called at me here, started rubbing me. Really nice, rubbed my shoulders. And he got to my head. And then when he got to my head, he was like this, knocking my head out. But I thought that's just what they do here. And then he carried on and he started rubbing the inside of my legs. As he came up, he got to the top and I thought he's going to turn around any second. He just went like that, ding, and flipped my balls. I didn't know what to do.
Do you know what? Yeah. There's a crocodile with a very similar anecdote.
But he flicked them what? Painful, hard, or was it playful? Like, let's go.
It was playful. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know if to hit him or kiss him. I was like, and he started going again, and he did it again, and that time I left.
OK, we're going to take a break, ladies and gentlemen. But join me in saying thank you, Mr. Freddie Flintoff. Stick around, Freddie. Stick around with the fellas there. Coming out after the break, Joe Brown will be here, and Jason Derulo. See you in a couple of minutes.